I'm back again on the game review. Today we're going to be talking about the Sega Genesis by plug and play by ATGames. You may have seen this in my collection before, but today I'm going to be doing a review on it. And yes, there's been a million kind of knockoff consoles like this. This is one that might actually be worth owning if you don't mind the issues with it. There's some other ones that are weird. This is the one that I just so happen to own, and let's take a look at it. Sorry about the low light quality. All 2 out of the 3 bulbs have been taken out, but alright, here's what it looks like. You might not be able to see it that well, but this is it right here, this small little thing right here. You have the 2 cables that hook up into the TV, then you have the one that hooks up into the power box, and then you have the controller ports on the front. The thing, I forget what it's called, the IR sensor, whatever it is, and the on button, or the power button thing. You got the menu button, and then in here, you got a cartridge port, and then you have a connector, which you use to pop your cartridges in. So, yeah. There's that, and, it also comes with a, controller, right here. This is what the controller looks like. It's a 6-button. It's a wireless controller. The connection is not the best, but if you have something like I have, this is a Archie Bunker recliner chairs. You can use it like normal, like this. So you can just do like this, and you can just play your game. I would hold it with 2 hands, but I can't because. But this is the way that the controller looks. Fits comfortably in your hands. It was designed with small children in mind, though, so it might not fit comfortably in your hands if you have really large hands. So, yeah, that's another thing. Even though I prefer the original Genesis controller, the 3-button one or the 6-button one, or the Super Nintendo controller, which is still my favorite controller of all time. But enough of that. Let's get to playing some games. One quick thing to note before we get on to playing the games. This is the box that it comes in. It's compatible with the Genesis cartridge. Mine's a little bit up. It includes 2 wireless controllers, 80 built-in games. And you got all the stuff, Collector's Edition, which I don't know about that, actually. Shows some cartridges. Some cartridges are not compatible due to cartridge conditions or original specifications of games and cartridge hardware. It's like Model 3 Genesis. Inside of here, a ton of pennies that are predating 1980s. I don't know why. I also use it's for weighing it down a little bit. Also on the other side is let's go on the other. There's all the games. So yep, plug and play TV. So now let's officially get onto the games. All right, here we go. I'm gonna turn on the power. Okay, so it comes on. No special thing. And just like the Atari flashback, let me just hit a button real quick. There's just a menu. You can scroll through it, and we're noticing some games already, like Altered Beast, Alex Kidd, Arrow Flash. That's a good game. Comic Zone. That was a good game. Crackdown was another good one. Columns 1 and 3. The Echoes right here. East-SWAT Eternal Championships. Flicky, which is a classic. One that people don't remember that much. Golden Axe 1, 2, and 3. Drill Master, Mean Bean Machine, Shadow Dancer, Shinobi 3, Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic Spinball, and Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2, and Streets of Rage up to 3, and then the Ooze, Vector Man 1 and 2, Virtual Fighter 2, and then a ton of other just import things, not import things. I think you know what I mean, homebrew. Yeah, homebrews. Alright. So let's play some Sonic the Hedgehog, the original game. Heard that happen before. Here we go! The sound's a bit off if you didn't notice. Oh, I forgot about that. can tell that the sound is a bit off, but what do you expect? It's a cheap way to get into these kind of games. If you want quality, then just get an actual Genesis. This is a nice way to experience some of the games and then of course click on this. I've yet to test any out, but I'm hoping to get Castlevania Bloodlines because I want to do a review of that. So, I love running on those things. So Sonic is just classic. Genesis does what Nintendo don't. You gotta love that. So Sonic. Alright, and what I like about the wireless controllers is that you can just set it to This for some reason reminds me of that bonus game in Mappy, if you ever played Mappy. Mappy was a good game. It was one of my first video games I ever played. Alright, so Sonic is just Sonic. Then also you got Sonic 2, Sonic and Knuckles, all of them. So let me just go back to the menu. Didn't even need to slap the console in submission this time. So what should we play now? Why don't we try Streets of Rage 2? I love this game. One player. Plays Axel. Axel Bully. It's been a while since I've actually played this. This game is classic, I like it. The way that I sit, the wireless controller works really well, but I do want to get a wired one. It gives you a 6-button controller, but I think it only does that because if you want to play other games on it. Because as far as I'm aware, none of the games on here need a 6-button controller, for at least the ones that are included with it. So that's kind of an oddity. But sorry for not posting an episode in a while. I hope everybody knows about life. It takes time. I like how they all have different names. But I'll go get them. Wasn't this game re-released on Sega CD with like better sound or whatever? I forget. Was there? I think that they might have included a Sega CD game and a Sega 32X game in this. I'm not sure about that actually. Oh yeah, by the way, this thing does not use Sega CD or 32X. I understand Sega CD, but why not 32X? It has a cartridge port on it, so it should be able to use 32X at least. This game is good. Oh jeez. Madman over there. Oh! With this controller, it makes me feel like a ninja. That's a little hint out to what's next. I might actually have an episode up tomorrow now that I think about it. I thought that it would be really difficult to make these, but it's actually not that difficult now that I think about it. Yeah, I'll have an episode out tomorrow. Or maybe even today, I don't know. Make up for the missing episodes. I'm gonna come out of the trunk. Oh, here he comes, there's Fanto. Look at this trunk. you too. Candidate? You want a candidate for weirdest video game laugh? You'll be up there. Up there with like Ganon from Zelda 2. Yeah, you can hear the button mashing. After fire. I want to play further, but there's one more game I'd like to show you. It won't be one of these ones. And this is a game that I like a lot. I'm probably going to review more Sega Genesis games, but Virtua Fighter 2. I like this game a lot. This is one of my favorite games, yeah. Arcade mode. Choose a character, I'll go as Wolf. So like a classic fighter game. Yeah, there's a Genesis game I should try. Ghostbusters. The other one? Oh, if I get it. Ooh, I got punched. Okay, oh. There's that. I didn't play much of that, but there you go. There's some gameplay of that. So there you go. So there you have it. The Sega Genesis ATGames plug and play TV system. I like it a lot. It's a cheap way to get into it, but there's a few problems I'm gonna mention here. Sound and video emulation is off. Like, if you play the classic Genesis, you'll definitely notice the difference. If you play it on the cartridge, it's a bit better. It's just that the sound chip is really weird. Another flaw with this is the wireless controllers. Sometimes they don't work correctly. But you can just get a wired controller, and if you have one, you can just use it. I'd recommend getting a wired controller because you can use it on Atari 2600 and 7800 as well. So, yep, there's that. Here's a pro. It can play imports. It can play Mega Drive games. So if you need something to play imports, you can use that, and then you can also mod it. So yeah, also certain cartridges just don't work with it. So if you have to buy new games, you gotta like search it up or whatever. It's really unfortunate because you have to be really careful with what games you buy. That's why I would recommend getting that as like a side thing or whatever. I don't know. But, you know, if you want to have every kind of Sega Genesis they ever released, you can get this. This is what people call the Model 4. It has the same, like, things as, like, the Model 3. The Model 3 was alright. I feel like I'm talking about, like, cars because of, like, Model T. But, yeah. So there you have the system, and I think it's pretty worth it. I got it for $40 on Amazon. So, yep. So, yep. I like the wireless controller, though. If it works, I like this thing a lot because it's going to move around. It's going to be agile like a ninja. Ninja. You know what's next. It's going to be aggravating. Just take a hint. Aggravating and ninja. And NES. There you go.